Accord of Peace and Sacred Custodianship, a natural law-based humanitarian framework. Article 1, recognition of sovereignty and life. So all the states, the nations who were members of the Geneva Convention, signatories to the Geneva Convention, under the corporate jurisdiction, Admiralty law jurisdictions, this is now your marching orders. Under natural law, this is the Divine Accord of Peace and Sacred Custodianship. Article 1, recognition of sovereignty and life. Every living being is sacred and sovereign expression of divine creation. No entity, government, or alliance has authority to harm, enslave, conscript, or coerce a free being under any circumstance. Pardon me, as Her Royal Highness Princess has just arrived. Article 2, prohibition of war and harm. War in all forms, declared covert, economic, psychological, or technological, is hereby abolished under natural law. So all of you clowns there with your tariffs, counter tariffs, wars, and all of that, you're null and void. Next, and better put an end to that clown. Not just one. Clowns right across the world. Put an end to it. Under natural law, you have zero jurisdiction. Next, no being or system may authorize, justify, or fund violence, especially under pretense of protection or humanitarianism. So regardless of how you package war, it's null and void, and it's crimes against humanity. There's no justification for war. Article 3, sacred custodianship. All beings acting as medical workers, caregivers, peacekeepers, or protectors are recognized as sacred custodians. So those who are at the front line, helping civilians and military who are injured from war, they are to be protected and recognized as sacred custodians. They are not to be targeted, obstructed, or conscripted into any hostile or deceptive manner. This is where the Red Cross comes in, that has been captured by the globalist elites and has lost its neutrality. Article 4, divine refuge and sanctuary. All beings fleeing harm or injustice are entitled to safe sanctuary, nourishment, and healing without discrimination, tracking, or agenda. Next, no custodial power may use aid as leverage or data collecting devices as traps. So those of you, especially those nations holding or hosting refugees fleeing conflicts from wars, stop the collections of data and stop using food and shelter to manipulate the people fleeing from war zones. Article 5, abolition of prisoner status. No free being is to be classified as prisoner of war, a combatant, or a detained enemy under commercial codes. All beings are to be treated as free living souls with immediate access to remedy, healing, and truth. Article 6, enforcement through light and truth. This accord is not enforced by force, but by conscious resonance, divine will, and global awakening. Yes, we the people have woken up to this shenanigans. And as I said before, never will any of you be allowed to have authority over the we the people or any other countries. You have proven yourselves time without numbers to have abused, suppressed the we the people and stolen from the we the people, stolen their natural resources and enslaved the we the people. Next, custodians of this accord is to act as witness of peace, neutralizing darkness through presence, voice, and sacred knowledge. So this is holding accountable those head of states. Majority are clowns, robots, and clones. And those placeholders. Someone is always watching you. Article 7, abrogation of all war treaties. This accord supersedes and annuls all treaties, conventions, and pacts that seek to regulate rather than abolish war. I will read that again slowly. This is the abrogation of all war treaties. This accord supersedes and annuls all treaties, conventions, and pacts that seek to regulate rather than abolish war. Any being or structure continuing to promote war under artificial authority is to stand in dishonor before creation. So whomsoever you are promoting war, you are hereby declared dishonored before creation. And remember that war is not only kinetic war, it's not only where you see missiles and bombs being dropped. It has to do with economic war also. And those who have enslaved humanity. Others, you are dishonored. Those of you who have promoted war for decades and decades. This accord is to serve as the foundation of global peace and natural law. Let it be known across the earth and amongst the stars. The age of regulated war is over. The age of living peace has begun. So, regardless of what kind of wars you have been involved in, psychological war, financial, economic, political wars, kinetic war, you're dishonored. So that's the royal decree. Pardon me, which one is it? That was the critics. That was the royal decree. Divine accord, yeah. So that's the new accord in place of the Geneva Convention. So notice I have struck down the Geneva Convention that was legitimizing war, and now put in place the Divine Accord of Peace and Sacred Custodianship. Okay? And that applies worldwide.